Right here, buddy.
Ready to go?
1 minute.
Okay.
Give them 1 minute announcement. We're going to start in 1 minute.
We'll be starting in 1 minute. 1 minute.
Please have your seats.
Please take your seats. Please take your seats. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. We are ready to start. We are ready to start. Thank you very much. Please take your seats. If I could have your attention, please. Attention, please. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2011 Community College National Legislative Summit. I'm not sure who the rock star is that just arrived, but we were waiting on, somebody said, through blizzards, but much snow from a year ago, and we're excited that he is here with us today. And maybe we'll find out in a little moment who he is. I'm Pete Sercer, a trustee from Midlands Technical College in Columbia, South Carolina, and I'm honored to serve as this year's chair of the Association of Community College Trustees. Joining me on the platform today is American Association of Community Colleges Chair John J. Sygielski, president of Mount Hood Community College in Oregon. And he goes by Ski because his name is almost unpronounceable, almost unspellable, and he takes the last syllables of his last name, S-K-I, and most people know him by Ski, but we're delighted to have Ski with us today. We also like to acknowledge our ACCT and AACC presidents and CEOs respectively, Noah Brown on your far left, and then Walter Bumphus on Noah's left. We are very pleased that you are participating in this year's summit. ACCT and AACC have been hosting the NLS since 1994. We're excited to have a program designed to help you interact with and advocate to members of Congress and the administration. With the economic downturn, state budget shortfalls, and rising enrollments, we need to redouble our efforts to keep our elected officials focused on the issues confronting our institutions and our students. We hope you will take full advantage of the summit and participate in the many activities and opportunities that are available to you over the next few days. Next, we'll hear from Ski.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ski. I am chair of the American Association of Community Colleges and president of Mount Hood Community College in Oregon. Before I begin, I'd like to remind you that we have several hours before Valentine's Day ends. So if you want to be a hero at home, you still have a few hours. I'd also like to find out if anyone from Ruritan Valley Community College is here this afternoon. If you are here, would you please stand and be recognized? Casey Craybill and Catherine McVicker, there you are, way in the back. Very good. Many of you are wondering why we're celebrating Ruritan Valley Community College. They are the only community college in this country that can go into Hillsborough, New Jersey, and not say anything about Valentine's Day. In 1997, a school district outlawed Valentine's Day. Now they call it Special Persons Day. So congratulations. The other question that that is a true fact. It showed up on one of my little blogs this morning. The other thing that I'd like to do is to answer a few questions that I have heard from people who are asking questions about why is this event going on today and this week. And the main reason is you all heard this morning that the president releases his budget today. And this will allow us over the next several days to inform, to influence, and to educate our legislators about probably the most important line item, which is community colleges. However, on this day today and this week, Noah and his team specifically decided that today was the day to start this conference because there are some very important historical points, and I'm going to give you just a few of them. I'm sure most of you know them. 112 years ago today, Congress allowed voting machines to be used for federal elections. 108 years ago, the Department of Commerce and Labor were established. 91 years ago, the League of Women Voters was established. And very good, let's hear it for the League of Women Voters. And 49 years ago, I think most in this room won't remember this day, Jacqueline Kennedy provided the world with an inside tour of the White House for the first time on television. So you can go to News Museum and see that if you'd like, for those of you that were not here during that time. But finally, I would like to ask our friends from Arizona and Oregon if you would please stand and be recognized as the very last group, major group that I'd like to recognize. We have some Oregonians here. What about those from Arizona in the back? Very good. Congratulations and thank you for being here. On this day, 99 years ago, Arizona was allowed into the Union, and we want to celebrate that. And 152 years ago, Oregon became a state within the United States. So an awful lot to celebrate. Noah, thank you for pulling all of this together at these very historic times. Before we begin, and I do have a few brief introductions, I would like to remind you, please, to silence your cell phones and pagers and any other electronic device that you may have strapped on you. If you don't, we will be asking Ruritan Valley Community College Foundation Director to collect $5 from each of you when your phone goes off. So just know that they'll be tapping you on the shoulder. At this time, I would like to recognize two future leaders of both of these outstanding organizations. First, I would like to introduce to you the chair-elect of ACCT. It is my friend Roberto Uranga. Roberto. And the incoming chair for the American Association Community Colleges is my colleague and friend, Myrtle E.B. Dorsey. Roberto is from the Long Beach Community College, and Myrtle is chancellor of Baton Rouge Community College in Louisiana. I would now like to ask those who are part of the executive committee for AACC and ACCT if you would please stand and be recognized. The executive committees. Finally, I would like to recognize both boards of AACC and ACCT. If both boards would please stand and be recognized. These individuals work for about $1,000 a month, and we're just grateful that they turn all that money back into their respective organizations. I have a feeling there might be members from the press. That was just a very lighthearted joke. They receive no money for their services. If you want to know who the individuals are that are members of those boards, you'll find in your program page 16 and page 17 of a full listing of those individuals. I also, at this time, would like to recognize our CEOs. First of all, I would like to recognize Noah Brown, who has been leading this organization for many years, has done a phenomenal job in doing that. Noah, thank you and your team again for all the good work you're doing here. And I have the distinct honor and privilege of introducing to many of you for the first time Dr. Walter Bumphus, who is the new CEO and president of AACC. Walter has a very distinguished career, as I said yesterday, a checkered past, and he has found his way to our association, and he has been in his position for 6 weeks. And the messages I get every day from Walter is he had another meeting with NOAA, another meeting with NOAA. So I know that in the next year or so, the relationship between AACC and ACCT will become even stronger. So gentlemen, if I could call you to the podium for your 20-minute remarks.
Mr. Chairman, Sygielski, let me just say thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. Noah leaned over to me and said, Walter, have they evaluated you yet? Be sure and keep these comments under wraps so that when they're evaluating you after 6 weeks, you are going to get a big pay raise. So, Ski, I want you to know we're recording everything. Folks, I'm indeed very honored to be able to welcome you to this NLS, and especially in my new role as President and CEO of AACC. As many of you in the room are aware, I've been a president and chancellor for a long number of years, and in fact, I've also done a lot of work with ACCT over the years. So it's not my first NLS, but it's actually my first NLS in this new role, and I'm delighted to be able to join Noah and the team in welcoming you to Washington. We have done a lot of work together between AACC and ACCT, and in fact, we are engaged in a number of projects together, such as the completion agenda work we're doing, our work with the voluntary framework of accountability, our work on leadership and diversity training as well. But most importantly, Noah and I have really formed a wonderful partnership over the last few weeks, and I certainly appreciate his guidance and leadership around the city. I've learned a lot of acronyms from Noah, and I've learned a little bit about how Washington works. We had an excellent meeting this past Thursday with the National Governors Association, and it was a really excellent meeting where we had a chance to hear directly from the staff on ways in which we can provide information and leadership to our colleges in terms of impacting some of the information that goes to our governors. This is a very important time for all of you to be here in Washington. Perhaps there's never been a more important NLS than this particular conference. As you heard, the President's budget was released this morning, and we've got a lot of work to do. There are a lot of things at stake this year, and we're certainly pleased that you're in Washington. I would also add, and I think most of you are aware, advocacy is not a one-week opportunity for us to impact legislation. It's not even a one-month opportunity. It's year-round. So we're going to continue to need your help and assistance as we continue to do work on the Hill. Again, it's a real honor to be here with you today, and I join the team in welcoming you to Washington. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, thank you, Walter. First, let me say how excited I am to have Walter Bumphus as my new partner at AACC. And Walter is correct. We've been having many discussions and many meetings and have already begun the great work that our two organizations must do together. Thank you, Ski, for making me sound smarter and brighter and more historically informed than I am. I must confess, though, that I only knew 4 of the 5 facts that Ski recited just a moment ago, so I just thought I would disclose that. I also like to give special greetings to my special friend and lifelong partner, my wife, Andra. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you very much. I think you all know, many of you have met Andra over the years, but without Andra, I could not do the work that I am privileged to do for all of you 365 days a year, 25 hours a day, and some change. I just want to echo the things that Walter talked about. We are living now in a period of big, big challenges. But I would submit to you that we have big, big, big opportunities. And I have full faith and confidence in America's community colleges. You're 100 years plus young. You've been solving problems all those years. You've been empowering people, to achieve economic security, prosperity, meaningful work, and enriched lives for all of those years. So make no mistake, I am confident today as we begin this NLS against these big, big, big challenges that we're up to the task of meeting the big opportunities. So I wish you Godspeed the next few days. I know you'll meet with your legislators and members of Congress. Remind them who you are representing here in these next few days. And without you and without America's community colleges, this nation will not be the nation that it has been up to this point in our history. So a lot depends on what you do, and as Walter said, advocacy is a year-round calling, and I know you're up to it. So best of wishes. Know that your two national organizations are marching lockstep with you, and we'll do everything in our power to support you as you move our country forward. Thank you very much, and enjoy your NLS.
Let's give Noah and Walter another round of applause for And I would also like at this time to ask my board from Midlands Technical College and President Sonny White if they would please stand to be recognized. Midlands Technical College, South Carolina. And then all of the trustees, CEOs, and staff from the state of South Carolina, if they would please stand. We have a great contingent here. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you very much, and lunch will now be served.